security pan, or tilt camera.
Please use CCTV app to configure the device.
Hello guys, I'm Nelson from City Technologies. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. To our new subscribers, karibu sana. And to our loyal and frequent clients and viewers, thank you so much for the support. Hope you've also viewed our previous videos and learned something. So today we are doing yet another interesting topic. We are looking at CCTV products, differentiating the two, and giving an advice on which one you should install, where and when. Okay, so if you're planning on installing CCTV, this video is right for you. So today we are looking at differentiating two types of cameras: the DVR camera system and the IP type of cameras. So we'll be looking at two camera types: the DVR system cameras and the standalone or IP camera types. So we have DVR cameras. Simply means that cameras are dependent on the DVR recorder. Okay, and the standalone cameras simply means from the word standing alone, they are independent. This type of cameras, this one, and this one. I know there are so many types, but these are the ones we are using for illustration purposes. So for the DVR cameras, we'll be using two brands: the Dahua for illustration and the Hikvision brand. So all these three examples are DVR cameras. They are dependent on the DVR in order to completely function. These cameras work by sending signals to the recorder, then the information is recorded to a hard drive. We talked about a hard disk. The DVR simply does the recording part and the hard disk stores the data. So what is a DVR? A DVR is simply a digital video recorder. Let me unbox it so that you can see. Okay, for this an Hikvision brand type of DVR, so we'll use it for this case. So this is how it looks like. Here are some of the ports that connects to it. We have that. We have an HDMI and VGA port. Okay. We have AV ports. Ethernet port when you want to view the recordings online, and USB ports so that you can get a clip of the recording to your USB. We have the power port. So basically, that's how a digital video recorder looks like. For us to have a connection between this camera and this DVR, we need some products. So we need coaxial cables. The DVR uses coaxial cables to send. So signal is sent from the camera via the coaxial cables to the DVR for recording purposes. So remember, you also need other products. This is called a BNC. This one. So it's connected to the coaxial cable. We'll not go deep into the installation part, but I simply want you to understand the difference between the DVR type of camera system and the standalone cameras. Then to know when you'll need which one, at what location. For example, which type of camera will you go for when you want to install cameras in a big compound? So we'll also look at such. This the BNC connectors, and also this the power jack connectors. For this system to function, there has to be these connectors. We also need to have some other connectors like the balloons. Okay, these are called video balloons. We'll also look at how they work in a video where we'll be doing an installation process of a CCTV camera system. So we'll see how these connectors work. So for today, we are just mentioning for you to understand the differences. So basically, this one, the way it is a complete system. Cameras, there, the balloons, the DC power jacks, the BNCs, the coaxial cables, the hard disk, and the DVR. So this is a complete system. Now that aside, let's also talk about the standalone type of cameras. Then we can now talk of their differences. So let's look at the standalone cameras or IP cameras. IP simply means Internet Protocol cameras. They are dependent on the internet so as to record the data. As an example, we have Tender CP7. It's 4 MP. So for this, I'll unbox it so that we can see what we're really talking about. That's the Tender CP7. So this one is an Ethernet port and a power port. So this is the power, this is the Ethernet port. So also this is a tilt type of camera. When we plug in power, this one can tilt. So this is an IP camera or a standalone camera. The way it is, it's complete. For standalone cameras, some of them will store in cloud, like this one uses cloud storage. That's why we have an Ethernet port, but still you can connect to a Wi-Fi connection. So others, like this one, normally have a memory card slot. So you need this for storage in this type of cameras. This one also has a memory slot, though the app also supports cloud storage you can use. So I want to do an illustration on how the Tender CP7 behaves, security pan or tilt camera. So it's still setting up. Let's give it a second.
System is starting up. Please use CCTV app to configure the device. Waiting for connection.
So as you have seen, it's as 360, has done it clockwise and up down, so it covers a 360 view. For this other one, it's fixed, but during the setting up process is where you set the direction where it needs to cover. When choosing the type of camera, you'll look at a budget. 1. Is your budget limited? So you'll have to go for a cheaper type of camera. Okay, if your budget is very good, you'll also go for a camera with good quality. By quality, I mean the display. You find there are different types of camera. There is 1080, 4K and 720. So looking at that, there will be a difference in pricing. For example, the display for the SVZ C2C will be so much better than this type of smart cameras. But all in all, if you just need a camera, any choice will work, as we've said, depending on your budget. So looking at the DVR type of cameras and the standalone cameras, which one will you choose, where and when? So go for DVR cameras if you want to install so many cameras. The DVR machine, there are different types. Looking at this connection here are what support the camera. For example, this a 4-channel type of DVR. It supports 4 cameras as shown with this connection. Then we have an 8-channel, we have a 16-channel, we have a 32-channel. So depending on the number of cameras, the higher the cameras, it's advisable you go for DVR type of connection. But if you just want to install a camera in a small office, it's recommended going for a standalone type of camera, because generally it will be cheaper. Let's say your office needs 1 camera, it is cheaper going for this type than the DVR type of cameras, because for these cameras to work, you'll need a complete system of the DVR, the cabling and those BNC connectors. But for this, you'll just need to set up, connect it to a Wi-Fi, then download the app, and there you go, your camera will be online. So basically they are easy to set up. These standalone or IP cameras are very easy to set up as compared to the DVR type of cameras. In most cases, you'll find you need a technician to do the work for this case, but these other ones, the standalone cameras, they are very easy to install. These standalone cameras, most of them have motion detection and night vision, and also they send alerts, so you can link it to your phone, then you'll be able to see the recordings. But for the DVR type, they also have an app you can install to your phone, so that as long as you've linked the Ethernet connection, you can now be viewing your recordings online. But also for this, majorly most people normally connect it to a screen so that locally you can view the recordings from a monitor or a television. We have these DVR cameras, we have this type, the bullet and the dome. Bullet from the way it's shaped sort of straight, the dome from the way it's shaped sort of curved. So you find mostly the dome are used indoor and the bullet are majorly used outdoor, though they can interchange. Some still use it indoor or outdoor. Same to these. These standalone cameras can also be placed on verandas, corridors, and even in the house. The only difference is use standalone cameras when you need maybe 2 or 3 cameras, but for these DVR cameras, when you want to install so many cameras or you want to install cameras in a big building or a large, very large compound, so you'll go for this. It will be way cheaper than installing the standalone cameras. So what's your take on what we've covered today? Give us your comments or type any questions you have, then we'll answer it in our next videos. Hoping you've learned something. You can now differentiate different types of cameras. You can also choose which one to go for depending on the situation. Thank you so much for watching our educative video. For such cameras, you can visit us at Nel City Technologies, Ambwere Furaha building. We sell different types of cameras at very affordable prices. You can also order. Our number will be tagged. You can order via WhatsApp. You can give us a call. We deliver free countrywide. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye.